Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, hope you all fine at your places. I am Yaman Akhil from Al Mutazila School with a new chapter, Ratio, Rate and Proportion. And topic for today's lecture will be ratio. In this topic, we will discuss what is ratio, how we find ratio of two or more quantities, ordering of ratios, while types of ratios and equivalent ratios will be discussed in the next part of this lecture. Right? Let's start with ratio. A ratio is used to compare two or more quantities of the same kind which are measured in the same units. Quantities may be the height or weight of the students, price or the salaries of the persons. Quantities may be the fruits or maybe the red or green balls. In general, if the quantities are A and B, then the ratio can be written in three ways. Let's see what are the ways. The first way is write word 2 in between the quantities of the ratio like A to B. The second way is writing this colon symbol, right? A colon B. Or the third way is by using fractional notation, that is A over B, right? These are the three ways. Let's take an example. Suppose we are interested in finding the ratio of squares to circles. As you can see, there are 3 squares and 5 circles. And as we have to find the ratio of squares to circles, here squares is written first, then it means you have to write the ratio of squares first, then you have to write the number of circles second, right? Number of squares, how many numbers of squares are there? There are 3 numbers of squares, that's why I have written 3 here. And then as you can see, there are 5 circles. Then with the symbol of colon, I have written 5 here. And this can be written in the fractional form, that is 3 over 5, right? Take another word example. Suppose in a class there were 5 girls and 15 boys. What is the ratio of girls to boys? As you can see, there are 5 girls to 15 boys. Then first way is writing the word 2 in between them. The second way is using colon in between them, 5 girls, colon 15 boys. And students, as you can see, this is not a simplified form. It is important to note that we usually show the ratio in its simplest form. But this is not in simplest form, as 5 and 15 both can be divided by 5, or the 5 is the GCF or HCF, means greatest common factor to both 5 or 15. That's why we can divide it by 5. We will get 1 girl is to 3 boys. What does it mean? It means for every 1 girl, there are 3 boys in a class, right? Now, next we have ordering of ratios. Students, here we have 2 types of circles. One is in blue color, one is in pink color. There are 2 ways of writing ratio, blue to pink or pink to blue. When writing ratios, the numbers should be written in the order in which the problem asks for them. The question asks blue to pink. It means first we have to write number of blue circle first as 5 to 3, or I can write 5 colon 3, or the fraction form will be 5 over 3. This is a simplified form, so there is no need to solve it further. And for pink to blue, you have to write number of pink circle first. As you can see, there are 3 pink circles. Then we have to write 3 first, 3 to 5, or 3 is to 5, or 3 colon to 5, or 3 over 5, right? Now students, let's discuss ratio involving 3 quantities. Ratios can also be used to make comparisons among 3 or more quantities. For example, here we have given the quantities in the form of x, y, and z. Here x is equal to 18, y is equal to 27, and z is equal to 54. If we are interested in finding ratio among x, y, and z, then this will be equal to 18 colon 27 colon 54. 18 is to 27 is to 54. As you can see, this is not in simplified or the reduced form. Then these all can be divided by 9, means 9 is the GCF for all above 3 ratios. Now 2 colon 3 colon 6 is the simplest form, right? From above, we can deduce some more results. If you have given the ratio among 3 quantities, then you can also find the ratio of only x and y. That is 2 is to 3, right? Here you can see x is to y is 2 is to 3. Now 2 is to 3 is in simplified form, right? But if you are interested in the ratio of only y and z, then y colon z will be equals to 3 is to 6, right? And 3 is to 6 is not a simplified form. Then you can again divide it by 3, which is the GCF for both the quantities. Then it will be reduced in 1 is to 2, right? But if you are interested in the ratio of x and z, then you will consider these two numbers, 2 and 6. Now 2 colon 6 will be the ratio for x is to z, and again if you divide it by 2, you will get 1 is to 3, right? Now students, let's discuss some important points which you have to keep in your mind when you are solving the ratios, in which the first point is the order in which the ratio is expressed is important. A upon B is the fraction form of the ratio, right? In A upon B, A or the first quantity is called the antecedent, while the second quantity is called the consequent. We usually express ratio in its simplest form, as you have seen. When we will say the ratio is in simplest form, the ratio is said to be in simplest form when there is no common factor other than 1, right? To reduce a ratio in its simplest form, we always divide the ratio with HCF, right? Now, I hope you all are understand today's lecture. The remaining 2 parts we will discuss in the next lecture video.